Hello everybody and welcome back to my castle. I'm Ashes, your local vampire, and today's video is gonna be about where to get gothic clothing. So for first I want to apologize for being absent for so long. I was really busy in the last time and didn't have any time to record any videos for you, but I promise I'm gonna do better in the future. So let's get back to the video. So where do we get our clothing? So we have basically two options. First and best option is thrifting our clothes. Second is buying new. But let's get into the first option a bit better. So where do we go for first? So you can buy, of course, online. We have platforms like Vinted or eBay today, which I think is really amazing because like there are so many options we have there, and so many people from even multiple countries on Vinted meanwhile can sell their clothes there. So that is amazing also in the general aspect, because we do not want to overconsume everything, and there are already so many clothes. We basically don't need to buy anything new, you know. But there are a few things we have to watch out for, especially when you're buying on Vinted, because you don't have a thrift store near you, or you have one or two, but they don't sell like good clothes. I mean, I know what I'm talking about. There are some that really only sell really broken clothes, and yeah, for obvious reason, it doesn't make sense to go there. But back to the topic of Vinted. So, also in general, but this is more about buying secondhand clothes online. So, I'd say if you buy clothes that are over 20-30 euros, do a bit of research about the piece you want to buy, because there are people that literally sell you pieces for the original price that you'd pay for this item new. Sometimes even more. I haven't seen this much a lot, or at least not with gothic clothing. But yeah, do a bit of research before you buy, because if you buy a piece, I mean, I've especially seen that with shoes or boots that are for second hand a bit overpriced, like really. I mean, if you sell a piece on Vinted, for example, 40 euros, that was originally only 50 euros, and you see that it has been worn. Nah, I think that is a point where you can say, well, if this gets a discount new, I might as well buy it new. Doesn't mean you should do that, but it also doesn't mean that you have to support sellers like this. And to all those people now coming at me again and saying, but I can't buy this here, or I don't want to buy this online, or gothic clothing is so hard to thrift. Let me show you some things. This one I thrifted. Also, this dress I literally got yesterday at a normal thrift store. Like, I just went there because I thought, well, I might find this nice skirt for myself I can wear during summer. And I found one. None of this is labeled gothic. I mean, this one is a bit too long for my taste, but I can cut it. And that's the next point. You can just take normal clothes, buy them for a really low price, and then alter them and decorate them just the way you like. You don't have to buy overpriced clothing just because it says gothic, because it is just not worth your money. I can promise you, it's not worth it. They're just gonna overcharge you. I mean, I bought this jacket some time ago for I think €5 or something, and I changed the buttons so it looks more elegant and more gothic. I added some pins like this, and this here, for example, is an old earring I don't wear. I mean, without this, it would look a bit basic, but with all these changes I already made, and this is not finished, I'm gonna add a whole lot more to this. It looks already very, very goth. So it is essentially also about what you do with what you have. You can also dye clothes, but if you want to do that, watch out that you buy something that is made out of natural fabric, because you cannot really dye synthetic fabric, it doesn't work. Trust me, I have tried. And I have seen people doing that, and it doesn't really work. So if you have a thrift store near you want to go to, it doesn't have to be labeled alt or goth or whatever. Just go to a normal thrift store. Sometimes you find quite amazing things there, I can promise you. So what do we look out for when we go there? So we look for the fabric, especially the color. If you want something that is a synthetic fabric, of course you have to watch out for the color because you can't dye it. Maybe also the cut of the thing, patterns, or whatever you want to wear. Also, you don't even have to wear black or only black. I mean, I'm not wearing black right now. Does it make me less goth? No, it doesn't. It just makes me a goth who doesn't wear black, or doesn't wear black at the moment, you know? So don't be limited about that. Now let's go to our second option, which is buying things new. Also, of course, do your research, really, because there are a lot of brands or websites who are scammy, who overcharge you, or who are fast fashion and overcharge you, or only fast fashion, and all those things we do not want. How do we spot them? So of course, watch what other people say about them, and really, if it looks shady to you, then it probably is. If you have really high prices for basic things, if you have really, really low prices, there's also a red flag, because then it is probably fast fashion. Or also, if you have really huge discounts, because let's be honest, if they would sell it at the reasonable price originally, then they couldn't give you such huge discounts. So they were probably overcharging you in the first place. And it has also a really, really high chance of being fast fashion. And we don't want to support that. Really, it is not good for anyone, because it easily breaks at our own point now. And there is a chance you might then pay even more, because you have to buy it again, because you also can't fix it, because it's not worth it. And that's bad in basically any way. So if you really want to buy a new, because the piece you want you can't thrift, or your size isn't available, uh trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I have this quite often, that there is just nothing in my size, especially with corsets. Always 2-3 sizes too big for me. But yeah, I can change that. So I have to buy that new. So where do I go then? For corsets, I can recommend you Dracula clothing, actually, because they sell quite decent pieces for a quite decent price. Um, I have one corset, but I don't know where it is gone at the moment. But you can also get other pieces there. For example, I got this top there, really amazing. And it's also really really comfortable to wear. I have also a jacket and a long coat. Both I have just nothing bad to say about. They all have a quite good quality for like especially for gothic standards, and the price I got them for, I don't quite remember anymore what I paid for the top. Um, I think something between 30 and 40 euros. I don't know anymore. It was about a year ago when I bought this. For other things, it's quite hard to say because a lot of brands, especially when you want to buy things that go into like Victorian goth um, direction, they're just hella expensive, really. Sometimes you can get a discount somewhere, but for me it's sometimes a bit hard because I don't really want to spend that much money on one piece, you know? I mean, brands like Sinister make actually quite decent clothes. I have a couple from this brand actually, all quite nice quality, but except of one, I think the other one I have, I got on a discount. I would have never ever bought this for the original price. I have this top here. I mean, it looks amazing, but the original price of this was, from what I remember, about 100 euro. I bought it for, I think, a bit about 50. I don't remember anymore. But would I buy this for the original price? No, I wouldn't. To be honest, I wouldn't. Maybe one of their skirts. I have one in my closet. But from my point right now, I would just try to find something similar on Vinted or on eBay and buy it there. But this is still, I think, in a way reasonable for clothes like this because also I think we are way too used to have really cheap options. And I mean, how do you think this has been produced when we can buy this here for such a cheap price, you know? But also there is the side of brands and websites overcharging you for really, really poor quality clothes, or just because it is labeled as some certain style, which is really something you have to watch out because it happens so much, I can tell you. I have seen so many websites, brands selling poor quality clothing for a price that is just not worth it. I'm saying kill star for one here. I have, I think, 3 4 pieces, and I think because just because this one piece I have I did not wear a lot, it is still okay, but um the other ones, no, don't recommend. It's overpriced, and yeah, it's just not worth it. Especially for the girls out there, don't buy their pants. I tried. It was a horrible experience. I can tell you. I've one that I had to alter to even closely fit me, but I couldn't find anything like this anywhere else, and yeah, so I still have it, but I rarely wear it also because it's still after, how long do I have this now? 3 years, 4 years? I don't know. As I said, rarely wear it, but yeah, it still sometimes smells a bit chemical after some time of wearing. So yeah, can't recommend. Maybe like the brand for accessories, like for your apartment. I think for that it's reasonable, but for other things, clothing, no, no, don't do that. Trust me. And all the others who said the same, as me. So I hope I could help you a bit with this. As always, if you have questions or want to say something, the comment section is open. And leave me a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also follow me on Instagram and TikTok for more updates and content that I don't post here because it would be too much. And then see you next time. I hope next week. I hope I can make it. I really, really try my best. I promise. So see you next time.